Hi and welcome to Top Tips Tuesday. Jeff here again from GCT Property. So this week's tip is for those looking to get into the property market and a little bit confused about the current data property reports. So interestingly, I was just listening to the radio today, the latest data from CoreLogic mentioning that the Gold Coast Brisbane region up until July had slowed down by 1.3%. Now initially you could interpret that several ways. What does that actually mean to property prices, and should we be buying now or holding off? So the way to look at it is you've got to be very specific about that data when you interpret it and understand how it affects the property market. So when you talk about property prices drop by 1.3%, you've got to be a bit more specific in the property type. For example, a high-end property that's a very small number of properties for sale that have recently sold could drop significantly, and that could really affect the median price. So some of the statistics to units versus houses, quite often be quite a big difference. Units might be going stronger or might be dropping further compared to the traditional house. So you need to listen to that data, but then you need to interpret it and look at it in more detail and look at that specific. So I'm talking about the Brisbane Gold Coast region. There is currently an undersupply of properties. Currently our stock levels are 30% down on the last 5-year average. So that means there's not enough properties for sale. So there's still more buyers out there. So that means the demand is going to continue, which will keep properties prices fairly stabilised. Now is actually a pretty good time. There's a lot of uncertainty, confusion in the market. There's currently less buyers. I talked to a lot of real estate agents. I bought my last property in November last year on the Gold Coast, and it was just a frenzy. People were paying $100,000 more than the average price. Currently, there's a bit more time. We can negotiate a bit more with the sellers. So it's actually a great time to get into the market. And while there's a bit of a lull, there's less buyers around, less competition. But again, look at the overall long-term objectives with your property investing strategy. Hope that's helped, and see you next Tuesday.